My family, the Sun tabloid's Arthur Edwards was interviewed by his fellow co-worker Matt Wilkinson, who also writes columns for the Sun tabloid. Both Arthur Edwards and Matt Wilkinson work for Rupert Murdoch himself. Now, my family, Arthur Edwards, he's someone who is very, very close to Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. Now, Arthur Edwards was interviewed by Matt. And my family, this guy began talking about Harry and Meghan's, wedding and other things that my family, I want you to see. I want you to see how entitled carnival of so-called experts like Arthur Edwards, how they feel so entitled over the lives of Harry and Meghan. But first, before that, there are some things that Arthur Edwards said in the past about Meghan, about Harry, that first of all, before I show you what he said, that I want you to be able to see and hear yourself, my family.
If we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened, and I think if we had met her, and if she'd have met us, things might have been different. Might see that we're human and she's human. Unfortunately, she did get some bad press, and that was a mistake. But we asked for forgiveness, and please come back, because this is a great country, and the royal family are very important to us all. And the Queen needs your support, Harry, because William can't do it all, Catherine can't do it all. The Prince of Wales is taken on the Queen's role now, so he's even more busy. So Harry's badly needed here, and I hope if we, as a media.
My family, you've heard what he said. He said that as a media group, my family, he said this in the past, that as a media group, they tried to be able to gain access to Meghan. But Prince Harry ensured these people never ever came close to Meghan. Carnival of so-called expert Angela Levin has also complained that they were never ever given access to Meghan. So my family, seeing Arthur Edwards groveling, begging, pleading for Harry and Meghan to return to royal service, and also trying to say, oh, you know what, Meghan, UK is a good country. Yes, you got bad press, but we apologize. We tried meeting you, but you know what, we weren't able to. And if you met us, you will see that we are human, and we'll also see that you also are human. So Meghan, please, you know what, come back to the UK, and we are sorry about how we treated you. My family, these people are not sorry. They aren't sorry. And they have never ever been sorry. They are sorry about the money that they have lost after Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior members of the royal family. That's what they feel sad about. That's what they feel angry about, the money they have lost because Harry and Meghan fled the UK. That's why you are hearing Arthur Edwards, how he was groveling, Harry, come back and support Charles and William in their duties. My family, Harry already made an offer to the royal family. He was willing to support the monarchy for free of charge. And they said no. And my family, UK media, were the first ones to say, you can't be half in, half out. And after they've seen Harry and Meghan thriving outside of the farm, now they're like, Harry, please come back. Please come back and support Charles, support Prince William. My family, let me just say this once again. The biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistakes Harry and Meghan can ever make is to ever return and serve Charles and work for Charles and William. It's the biggest mistake. These people what they're after is to fully destroy the spare. And as you've seen, they will do everything in their power to try and destroy the spare. It's easier to destroy Harry if you have access to him. It's easier to destroy Meghan if you have access to her. And that's why they're desperate to get that access back. That's why they were angry about Harry and Meghan's visit to Nigeria. My family, one of the reasons why they were angry, and why they're still angry is because they had no access to Harry and Meghan to cover that visit. That's why they're so pissed off and so angry. Because even right now, despite years of smearing Harry and Meghan are still standing. Now, my family, I've told you that Arthur Edwards doesn't feel sorry. And my family, you'll hear his own words. His own words. My family. That show you, that will tell you that indeed what I've said is true. The only thing these people are angry about is the money they lost when Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior members of the royal family. That's what they're angry about. It hit them where it hurts. My family, their bank accounts. Many carnival of so-called experts have been losing their jobs. My family, many of them have been losing their jobs. And I've seen some of them doing podcasts, even going on YouTube, to try and find more ways to earn a living. That never happened when Harry and Meghan were in the UK. When Harry and Meghan were in the UK, in the royal fold, the tabloids, royal experts were making a fortune. As I've always said, even they were gloating to American reporters how much money they were making from covering Harry and Meghan. And they thought, you know what? Harry and Meghan are never ever going to leave. Harry, actually my family, the one they thought was never going to leave was Prince Harry. Not even Meghan. Harry actually. They never thought Harry would leave. Their abuse was meant to drive Meghan away. But then Harry also fled the UK with Meghan. And they have never been able to accept. Harry would much rather be Meghan's husband, Archie, and Liz's father, rather than be a prince who follows William around and spends the rest of his life in misery following William around, being the scapegoat to cover Prince William. And they're angry about that. And not just that, they're angry because Harry loves his biracial wife and also his mixed race kids. My family. Please kindly let me prove to you that what Arthur Edwards cares about is money. That's all he truly cares about. Money. The money he was making when he was covering Harry and Meghan. My family, please kindly hear this, please.
It was their 7th week. Do you remember that? You must remember. Where were you you were there in Windsor?
Oh, I was there. Hated the day. The day was a miserable day. I mean, it was a...
Really? I thought...
Well, was it? Well, I can tell you now, it was the worst royal engagement I ever did, a royal wedding I ever did, because Harry was determined to keep the newspapers away from it as much as possible. Everything was done on long lenses. I mean, I tell you, I had an 800mm lens photographing the guests arriving. And the photographers they engaged for the job was 5 feet away. You know, it was just hopeless. And then the carriage shot, when they went past me in the carriage, they looked the other way. So for me, it was a disaster. And
well, was that deliberate? You were made to feel unwell.
I felt so. I felt that.
My family. Arthur Edwards says that Harry and Meghan's royal wedding is, my family, the worst royal wedding that my family he has ever been to. That it was the worst event he's ever been to. And the reason he gives as to why Harry and Meghan's wedding was the worst event he's ever been to is because he never ever was allowed close enough to Harry and Meghan. is because Prince Harry said he did not want the rota anywhere around him and Meghan on the day of his wedding. Let me remind you what Harry said himself, my family, in Spare. And I quote, "Above all, we hoped that the royal correspondents would continue to write about Pooh instead of trying to stir it up. So in the palace, encouraged us to feed more wedding details to those correspondents known as the Rorota. We obeyed. At the same time, I told the palace that on the big day, the happiest day of our lives, I did not want to see one single royal correspondent inside that chapel unless Murdoch himself apologized for phone hacking." The palace scoffed. It would be all-out war. The courtiers warned, to bar the rota from the wedding, then let's go to war. I'd had it with the rota, both the individuals and the system, which was more outdated than the horse and the cart. It had been devised some 40 years earlier to give British print and broadcast reporters first crack at the royal family, and it stank to high heaven. It discouraged fair competition, engendered cronyism, encouraged a small mob of hacks to feel entitled. After weeks of wrangling, it was agreed the Rorota would not be allowed in the chapel, but they could gather outside. A small win, which I hugely celebrated. My family. Those are Harry's words. And now you're having Arthur Edwards mourning, complaining, "Oh, the reason why Harry and Meghan's wedding to Arthur Edwards was my family worst event he's ever attended is because he wasn't allowed to get a good shot of Harry and Meghan, a good shot that would end up on the front page of the Sun tabloid owned by Rupert Murdoch, the same Murdoch who Harry has said that unless Murdoch himself apologized for phone hacking, I don't want to see the rota inside the chapel on the biggest day of my life, my wedding." Arthur Edwards is mourning, complaining. He is whinging because he wasn't given access to Harry and Meghan. Just as Harry said, my family, this stuff about giving UK media outlets first crack at the royal family. By doing that, it discouraged fair competition, encouraged a small mob of hacks to feel entitled. Harry was so right. I love using Spare for reference because my family, Harry said it all. My family, Harry said it all. And he told us the truth. And I'm happy that Prince Harry told us the entire truth. That way, when UK media complain, whinge, or lie, my family, we have evidence straight from Prince Harry of what really happened. Of what really happened. You cannot abuse Meghan and Prince Harry and then all of a sudden demand to be the first one who's given full access to Harry and Meghan, to get a picture of Harry and Meghan, and that picture to end up on the front page of the Sun tabloid. A picture from you. Just as Harry said, this stuff about giving UK media outlets first crack at the royal family, it encouraged a small mob of hacks, in Harry's own words, to feel entitled. As entitled as Arthur Edwards feels that he should have been given access to Harry and Meghan, that he should have been allowed to take pictures of the guests who are arriving at the wedding, and also Harry and Meghan should have smiled when their carriage was passing by. That way Arthur Edwards gets the perfect shot of Harry and Meghan that will end up on the front page of the Sun tabloid. He's so entitled. He is so entitled, my family. So entitled. My family. I mean, just kindly please continue, my family, hearing this, please.
And then the carriage shot, when they went past me in the carriage, they looked the other way. So for me, it was a disaster. And
well, was that deliberate? You were made to feel
Christ.
I felt so. I felt that wasn't just me; it was the whole of the British press. You know, they were in many ways badly treated. I think it was. Harry was angry with us, really, because some of the things that have been said about Meghan, and quite rightly, some of the things that were said about Meghan during the engagement were pretty harsh. I want to sort of mention them now, but some of them were pretty unfair as well. And so he was angry, and I felt, you know, we were punished for that. And in fact, I never got one picture.
We were punished for that. Punished for that. Because Harry was angry about the stuff that Turkey media was saying about Meghan. My family, you cannot abuse someone's wife, insult the person that someone loves, and then expect Harry to invite you for dinner, to invite you to be the person who takes the pictures of Harry and Meghan on their wedding day. You just can't do that. But the reason why he feels like he's hurt is because he feels entitled. He feels that he can say whatever it is he wants about Meghan, whatever it is he wants about Archie, about Lilibet, about Harry, about Meghan, and then still he feels entitled. He feels like he should be the one who has access to Harry and Meghan. And my family, normally, whenever the rota, people like Arthur Edwards, whenever they abuse members of the royal family, normally what happens is that they're given access to members of the royal family. I believe UK media wanted that. Even when you hear Arthur Edwards' own words, oh, we were not allowed to see Meghan. If we had met her, then, you know, we'd write good stuff about Meghan. My family, please hear this. And let Arthur Edwards himself hear this. You cannot call yourself a reporter when you engage, in my family, you know, illegal, unethical practices. Well, basically what you're saying is that, Harry, if you allow us access to Meghan or your kids, then we will say good things about you. How is a media outlet, how are people who call themselves reporters allowed to conduct themselves in this manner, in tactics of blackmail? Give us access to the woman we are abusing. In exchange, Harry, you know what? We'll say good things about her. My family. And the thing is, normally this stuff works. Even Piers Morgan himself, he has this tactic of going after, you know, powerful women. And then he goads them to give him an interview. And then after the interview, he gives them good press. You know, let me mention an example. Piers Morgan has gone after celebrities like Ariana Grande, for example. You know, a famous singer, a famous artist, my family. I remember that there was my family, a terrorist attack in the UK. A while back, I remember of what happened. It was during a concert that my family, Ariana Grande, was my family attending. And people were injured. And Piers Morgan was attacking Ariana Grande because my family, she was attacking her, saying that, how come you're quiet? Why have you not said anything? Why have you just left? And then what Piers Morgan got is, he was invited for a dinner by Ariana Grande. He went to that dinner and then took a picture next to Ariana Grande. And from then on, he said wonderful things about Ariana Grande from then on. And the same thing has happened with Meghan, whereby Piers Morgan has abused Meghan so much. And then he has demanded for an interview with Meghan. My family, I believe you've all seen what he's been doing. That after attacking Harry and Meghan, he then demands for an interview. It's a tactic that Piers Morgan uses, and normally it works. You're then invited for a dinner with my family's celebrity you've been attacking. Like what happened to Piers Morgan with Ariana Grande. He got his dinner with Ariana Grande. They met up. And then from then on, Piers Morgan spoke glowingly about Ariana Grande. My family, with Harry and Meghan, it's a different case. Whereby, despite the attacks and abuse by the media, Harry and Meghan have not invited their abusers, my family, for dinner, for a drink, in exchange of getting good press. Harry and Meghan have not handed over their kids to the media, have not given the tabloids access to their kids, Archie and Lily in exchange for getting good press. Harry and Meghan have not done that. In fact, what the abuse was Harry and Meghan has done is that my family, it has made them ensure that UK media have zero access to Harry and Meghan. That's how Harry and Meghan have responded to the attacks by the UK tabloid media. My family. They have responded with my family, saying Harry and Meghan have a zero engagement policy with the UK tabloid media, Daily Mail, The Sun, Mirror Express. Harry and Meghan have made that extremely clear. Harry does not give interviews to Daily Mail. Meghan does not do that. My family. Remember, normally that tactic works. But with Harry and Meghan, with them, they've ensured that the abusers are never ever close to them and family. They have ensured that their abusers have zero access to them. That's how Harry and Meghan have handled my family abusers. And my family, Arthur Edwards says that he feels like he was being punished. You can't abuse the woman Harry loves and then expect Harry to be your friend. You cannot. Harry lost his mother, and then you go after his wife. And you know how affected Harry was after his mother passed away. You know how Harry has felt over the years because of the actions of the UK media. And then you go after his wife, and then still you expect him to pose for you. Harry should have looked my way that way I could get a picture that would end up on the front page of the Sun tabloid. My family, as I've said, the one thing that bothers the UK media is that my family, they've lost money. They've lost money because Harry and Meghan want nothing to do with them, because Harry and Meghan won't give UK media any access to them. In fact, what abuse has done is my family make Harry, whenever he went to that polo club in Miami to play polo, to raise money for Sintabale, my family, Daily Mail, were lamenting. They were lamenting, whinging, mourning, complaining because Prince Harry had sent a message which was delivered by staff members. Only media outlets, personally approved by Harry himself, only they are allowed to cover the polo match. And then what did Daily Mail do? Daily Mail, they were hiding behind bushes to try to catch a glimpse of Harry and Meghan at the event to make money off of them. But they said what they said. Oh, Harry had told staff member that only media outlets approved by him were allowed at the event. They said it with anger because they were pissed off because it hurt them that Prince Harry won't give them any access to my family him. But the thing is, UK media should have learned by now that what abuse has done is only drive Harry and Meghan away. And abuse won't bring Harry and Meghan to the table. It only drives them away. It won't make Harry sit down with you and talk to you. It will not do that. Abuse drives Harry and Meghan away. It won't make Harry and Meghan invite you for a party or a dinner to have dinner with them. With Harry and Meghan, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way with Harry and Meghan. With Harry and Meghan, it's a different story. My family. You know, whereby you abuse them, and my family, they keep their distance from you. They want nothing to do with you. My family. And so, can you please continue hearing this, my family, please? Can you please continue hearing this, please?
Paper published from that day.
My family,
And,
you know,
when I think,
once again, my family, hear this,
I want to
please.
sort of mention them now, but some of them were pretty unfair as well. And so he was angry, and I felt, you know, we were punished for that. And in fact, I never got one picture in the paper published from that day. And when I think, you know, I've done some really lovely royal weddings. I did both King Charles's weddings. I did William's wedding. I did Andrew's wedding. I did Sophie and Edward. You know, I mean, they were lovely occasions. But that today, I couldn't get out of Windsor quick enough. I promise you that.
The worst royal wedding to cover.
Yeah, and then when the baby was born, when Archie.
My family will not go there. We just pause there, my family, because I wanted you to hear that part. Now, my family, as you've heard from Arthur Edwards, my family, whenever this carnival of so-called experts are complaining, just know Harry and Meghan are doing the right thing. These people have no right whatsoever to be anywhere around Harry and Meghan, to be anywhere close enough to Harry and Meghan. They have no right whatsoever. In my family, in another video, you'll also get to hear Arthur Edwards, also my family, the way he speaks of Archie. The way he speaks of Archie. And then my family, you can just see the racism ooze out of him. And my family, my next video, we're going to be talking about that. But first, let me just issue my family, you know, my final opinion on what this guy, my family, has said. So my family, you've heard what Arthur Edwards is complaining about, is mourning about. He doesn't care about Harry and Meghan. He cares about getting that shot, that $1 million shot that will end up on the front page of the Sun tablet owned by Rupert Murdoch. That's all he cares about. And you've heard him saying, you know, I never got a picture that basically ended up on the front page of the paper. That's what he was complaining about. That's why to him, he feels that my family, Harry and Meghan's wedding, is the worst event he's ever attended because he never got his picture. My family, Harry and Meghan's wedding is the best royal wedding I've ever seen in my entire life. And my family, I'll tell you why, because it showed you the power of love. It showed all of us, the entire world, the power of my family, true love. That true love always triumphs, because even before the wedding, there were so many challenges Harry and Meghan endured. the racism Meghan was experiencing in the hands of the media. We all saw what was happening. We all saw what was going on in my family. But despite all those challenges, Harry and Meghan stuck by each other's side, supported one another, my family. You know? And even to this day, Harry and Meghan continue supporting each other, my family. Because what they have is true love. And true love always triumphs over hate. And Harry and Meghan, my family, their beautiful wedding, my family, also, showcase the entire world that, the royal family can now be basically diverse. You have a woman of color joining the royal family. It meant so much to so many people. But instead of the royal family protecting what they have, what did they do? They chose to be abusive towards Meghan. They chose to be extremely racist towards Meghan. Based on what also I have learned is that the royal family were telling UK tabloids to ignore all those, my family, comments from people that indeed UK media were being extremely racist towards Meghan. The royal family told UK media to ignore that and continue to do what they were doing, my family, to keep on with their attacks towards Meghan. And that's what UK media did. They followed the orders of senior members of the royal family. And one thing that I can't stand here is seeing Arthur Edwards trying to paint UK media as the victims, that they are the ones who are the victims, who are denied, access to Harry and Meghan's, wedding, and somehow they're the ones who feel so hurt. My family, it is Meghan who my family was chased with paparazzi, as Harry told us in Spare. It's Meghan who my family was harassed in my family Canada where she was working, on Suits. It's Meghan. It's Meghan whose loved ones were targeted. It's Meghan who UK media, paparazzi, to my family humiliate her father. And then my family abnormal thing is, despite Thomas Markle being humiliated before Meghan and Harry's wedding, still he ran to the arms of the media because he wanted to make a couple of $1,000, dollars, $2,000. That's all he cared about, the money, instead of his own daughter. And it's so sad, really, because even despite UK media humiliating him, still he ran to the arms. And the thing is, that's what UK media would have wanted Harry to do. Despite everything they did, they wanted Harry to run to their arms. My family, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way even one bit. You don't bully someone, you don't abuse someone and then expect them to be in your life. But that's how UK media basically, my family operate. That's how they are. They abuse you, but still feel like they own you, that you're their personal property. And Harry and Meghan are free to do what they want to do. My family. Harry and Meghan are financially independent from the farm. But UK media wanted to be dependent on the farm for money. That should never happen. That should never ever happen. If Harry and Meghan want to continue being free, then they need to continue engaging in even more and more commercial ventures. Make more and more money, my family. That way you're never at the mercy of Charles and William for anything. You are never at the mercy of your abusers for anything. And nobody who loves and cares for Harry and Meghan wants Harry and Meghan to be at the mercy of their abusers for money or for anything else, my family. And that's the truth, and my family, nothing but the truth. And my family, so Arthur Edwards is whinging, moaning, and complaining. No, I wasn't given access. Oh, I didn't like the day because I wasn't given access to Harry and Meghan. And the thing is, you are never going to come anywhere close to Prince Harry. Mark my words, Arthur Edwards. You will never, ever have any access to Prince Harry himself After all the vile things you've said about Meghan, you are never ever going to get Harry back. Never. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Because I know that's what you want. Harry is never going to go back to the royal fold. And Meghan, after what you've done to her, there is no way she's ever going to consider even coming back to the arms of her abusers. Never, never. And you know what? You only have yourselves to blame. All you had to do, all the daughter had to do, is show respect to the woman Harry fell in love with. Instead, they chose to be abusive, to be racist, to be full of misogyny. And now, years later, more than 4 years later, after Harry and Meghan fled the UK, still they're complaining, oh, Harry and Meghan fled the UK. Oh, when will Harry and Meghan please come back? Just come back. The Queen, King Charles needs your help. William needs your help. Harry and Meghan are not going to come back to the arms with their abusers. Here's the tip. If UK media truly want to see reconciliation in the royal family, if they want to see Charles and Harry reconciled, here's a tip. Stop creating drama. Whenever Harry arrives in the UK, stop getting drama. Here's one other tip. Stop the abuse towards Harry and Meghan. Stop your hate campaign. Then maybe you'll see Harry and Meghan even forgiving the fam for what they've done. But the more you abuse them, the more you remind Harry and Meghan or my family why they fled the UK. Look at me right now. I'm behind a case by Heritage to try and get Harry deported and to force Harry back to the UK. And they think they'll be able to keep Harry forever, whereby he'll never be able to leave by forcing him back. They feel this ownership over Harry. And the thing is, they don't own him. And if you think that will keep Harry with you, if you think that will make Harry stay in the UK forever, then you are very, very mistaken. Very, very, very mistaken. Very mistaken. Because I think that Harry knows who's behind this stuff. He knows fully well UK media are behind it. It's not even Heritage. It's UK media who are behind it, because it's them who have a vested interest. Every day, is Harry going to come back? Will we see him coming back? To the point that they even tried to get him deported just to have him back in the UK. With Harry and Meghan, abuse has only driven them away. It won't make them come to the arms of their abusers. With Harry and Meghan, it's not how it works. It's not how it works, my family. It's not how it works with Harry and Meghan. For Harry and Meghan, abuse, my family has driven them away. It hasn't made them come over and sit down with the UK media. We want a good press. What do you want in exchange? Give us your kids. Okay, here's Archie, here's Lipdana. Harry and Meghan, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. When Harry and Meghan are abused, they ensure that their abusers, my family, don't have any access whatsoever to them. They can complain, they can moan, they can whinge as many times as they want to. But their attacks on Harry and Meghan, my family, is what made Harry and Meghan flee the UK. And my family, it is what will keep Harry and Meghan far away from their abusers. My family, who are mostly based in the UK. The Rota is based in the UK. But ever since Harry and Meghan even fled the US, you're having, some other people, say that, what, we are American role experts. My family, and yet in America, you don't have, a monarchy. You have the head of state. My family is chosen by the people, not by, there's no monarchy in my family US, but ever since Harry and Meghan fled the UK, you have American role experts. Because UK media want to keep grifting and making money off Harry and Meghan, people that they say that they hate. No, that's not right. While demanding Harry and Meghan don't make any money from talking about themselves, about their lives, while UK media are interested in spreading drama around Prince Harry and Meghan to make money off of them. Make it make sense, my family. Make it make sense. Please kindly make it make sense. Arthur Edwards, you and your minions are never going to gain any access to Harry, to Meghan, to Archie, and to Lilibet. It's never going to happen. And you've got to come to terms with that. And Harry was right in not wanting any of you in the chapel. You can't have your abusers around you. You want to enjoy your wedding day. You want to have fun. The thing is, it doesn't matter if Arthur Edwards had a bad day. What matters is that Harry and Meghan had a good time at their wedding. My family. That they were super, super happy at the wedding. That's what really matters. My family. Because the wedding wasn't about Arthur Edwards or his feelings. It was about Harry and Meghan. Not about Arthur Edwards, my family. My family, the royal family have been extremely racist towards Meghan. And I'm happy that she fled the UK and that she lives in America. My family, a husband and kids. And no person in the right mind would ever want to go back to the arms of my family, their abuser. So Arthur Edwards, stop mourning, stop whinging, stop complaining. It's your fault. Harry wants nothing to do with a lot of you. It's your fault. And Harry did the right thing. On his wedding day, he wanted peace, to be happy, not to look at the faces of people who abuse his wife. No. He wanted to be happy. And my family, God bless Harry and Meghan. And my family, Arthur Edwards also is super close to William, Charles, and Camilla. More so Charles and Camilla. Charles is a lousy father. He's a failure as a father. And you know what? Honestly, I know how he loves his father, but really, he'd be better off without that person in his life. My family. You know, the thing is, Charles has been a disappointment to Prince Harry for so long. How can a father just sit idly by and just watch his son fight for security in court when you all know that the king has the power to ensure that Harry has security? But he refuses to help his own son. You know, but you'll have media paint Charles as a caring father. He's never been a caring father. He's someone who only cares about himself. And my family, who was full of envy towards his own wife Diana, and is full of envy towards Harry himself. That's how Charles is. My family, the guy is just a failure as a father. And thing is, my family, I'm happy that Archie and Diana are being loved by their parents, by Meghan, by Prince Harry. They're being raised right. And I wish them all the best in the world. My family, you tell me kindly your thoughts about what we have just discussed. I want to hear your opinion. May God bless you all. Stay tuned on this video. Love you also forever. And may no weapon formed against Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet, Diana ever prosper. Stay tuned on this video. Love you also forever, my family. And the more the carnival of so-called exposed lament, complain, whinge, and moan, just know Harry and Meghan are doing the right thing. Stay tuned on this video. Love you also forever. Hello, members of Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of the Sesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.